What's up, cleaners? My buddy Roy over at Royal Masters in San Antonio, Texas, asked me to review his website. He said to be brutally honest because he wants to improve his website and get better results. So I'm going to give him some actionable advice here to help him make some improvements to his SEO and his site usability and probably improve his conversion rates too. If you have a cleaning business and you have a website and you want to improve it, you can take all of this advice and apply it to your own website, okay? So first things first, I can tell that he does hardwood floor refinishing and floor cleaning services in San Antonio, Texas. That's excellent. I love this headline. Most people don't do this, but this is how you write a good headline right here. Tell people exactly what you do: hardwood floor refinishing, best floor cleaning services, and then tell them where you do it. San Antonio, right? So this is good from an SEO perspective. It's also good for your users, people who are coming to your website, because now I know that I'm in the right place. I found the hardwood floor refinishing company in San Antonio that I was looking for. The other thing I love is that you have a great big form right here. This probably gets a lot of people filling it out. If I were you, I would make it really clear what's going to happen if I fill this form out. Now, that should be obvious, right? But some people might look at this form and go, I don't know what's going to happen if I fill that out. I don't know if it's just like a regular contact form or if it's I'm going to get coupons or add to their email list or what. So make it really clear. Tell them that they can get a free quote, request an estimate, contact us, whatever you want. The other thing I noticed is you're missing phone number. You're getting name, email, and then this subject field, I would get rid of that and change it to phone number. I'd grab people's phone number. This message field, I like having an open message field like this. We do it on all of our forms too, but I would tell people what to put in this field. I would, instead of message, I would say something like, what do you need cleaned? How can we help you? Tell us more about your project, something like that. Just prompt them to a little bit about their project or their needs in this field right here. The other thing you can do is change this button to say, get free quote, request an estimate. Just make it more clear, again, what's going to happen if they fill out this form. I don't love the button color being white. There's a lot of black and white going on this site. That's okay. But dude, you have this really awesome green color in your logo. I would take that and I would make all your main call to action buttons green. Then they'll really stand out on this page. People will know that's the button you want them to click. The other thing I noticed is this get in touch button right here is an email address. If I click on that, it's going to email you. Most people are looking for a phone number in the upper right-hand corner. This to me doesn't even look like a phone number. If I'm a regular user on this site, I might think this is, I don't know, a license number or just something else random. Format it to look like a phone number. So call out the area code, put them in parentheses or something like that, add hyphens, whatever you gotta do, make it look like a phone number. And I would move it up here to this button and make this a click to call button. Make that really easy to reach on mobile, by the way. So if I'm like on my phone, I'm trying to reach it with my thumb, make it really easy to click that call button, because a lot of people on mobile are going to call you. About half your leads are going to come in from a phone call. The rest of your leads will probably come in through either this lead form or this chat widget right here. So make it easy for people to click and call you. The other thing is about half or more of your website visitors are going to be on a smartphone. So a lot of those people, they don't want to fill out a form. They don't want to chat with you necessarily. They might. A lot of them, they just want to click and call you. So make it easy for them to click and call you. You got your phone number and your email address repeated right here. Same thing. I would format the phone number to look like a phone number, but otherwise I love it, man. You're repeating all of your contact information in multiple places. I know who you are, what you do, where you do it. All of this looks good. The only thing that's missing for me is maybe a little bit more imagery. I can see that if I start to scroll, I'm going to see more images further down the page, but I already know for a fact that you have an excellent YouTube channel with a whole bunch of people following you, subscribe to you on there, a whole bunch of videos. If I were you, knowing that people are for following you and watching your videos and are already, you have a ton of people who like your Facebook page too. I would take some of those videos, maybe your best video, and put it right at the top of this page. So that way, when people come to your site, they'll go, oh yeah, this is the guy from YouTube, right? I've seen his videos before. Let's scroll down a little bit and take a look. Actually, let's talk about this chat widget really quick. So I noticed that this looks like it might be a live chat. If I fill this out, I don't know what's going to happen. I'm not going to do it because I don't want to bother you. You're probably working today. But if this is a live chat and you have to respond back to customers, I would swap this out to an automated chat bot of some sort that will just ask people what their name is, what's their phone number, what's their email address, so you can send a quote, ask them what their needs are. You can automate this and make it a lot easier. If this is already automated, then awesome. Keep up the good work. All right, let's move on. Starting to see more images down here. Again, I would make your main call to action button stand out a little bit more. You could make it green or orange or red or something, but I like the green color from your logo. I see you're linking over to your YouTube channel here and then linking to your Facebook page here. rather than linking people off site, I know those are popular channels for you. You have a bunch of people following and subscribe to you. I would use these call to action buttons to get people to call you or to fill out your form and request a quote. You could move these CR Facebook, CR YouTube videos. You could move those buttons somewhere else, or you could put it right here and make the main call to action, call us or request a quote. I love all the text content. Google's going to read all this, but nobody else is probably going to read all of it. But it's good from an SEO perspective to have some content on your site. I see a lot of images, and this is telling the whole story right here. I really get what you do just based off the imagery. So that's really helpful. I can tell that if I call you and I've got issues with my hardwood floors and I need them refinished, then you're the guy for the job. If I have VCT and I need a strip and wax job, you're the guy for the job. I get all that. Make sure all those words are in your content here. If you're not saying VCT, strip and wax, it looks like you are, then use all those words, stripping and refinishing, stained and polished concrete floor cleaning. Yeah. Use all those words in your text. You're doing a great job on that. You might also want to break your text up a little bit. I see a lot of like long paragraphs and that kind of thing. You could break these up by adding some bullet points in or something like that. It'll just make it a little bit easier for people to read. Now we're getting into a list of services here. So hardwood floor screen and refinish, hardwood floor full restoration, VCT floor stripping and resealing. Okay, cool. List of services. These are all the services you offer. If I click on any of these learn more buttons, where do they go? To a services page. Okay, cool. So it doesn't look like you have pages for each one of your services. It looks like you have one main page that just calls out each of your services. That works for now, but as a next step, if I were you, I would build out a page for every single service that you offer. One independent page for every service. It'll help you from an SEO perspective because then you can rank for each one of those services independently with those service pages on your site. You can also send paid traffic to those pages. So if you offer hardwood floor refinishing and VCT strip and wax and concrete polishing, have separate pages for each one of those, because if later on you want to run ads to those services, you want to have an appropriate landing page for each one of those services. I love that you got the form here. Again, keep up the good work on the forms. This is awesome right here. A list of the cities that you serve. I really like that from an SEO perspective, but also from a user perspective. You really got to call out where you serve, because Google they're not just going to guess. They're not going to look at your Google business profile and go, oh, they serve this area. And so we know that about their website too. Now, Google's literally going to need you to spell it out for them. So I love that you have a list of cities right here. I would take that list of cities. Let's go back to your homepage really quick. Is that just your footer? Yeah, it is. Okay, cool. That list of cities is on every page. That's probably a good thing. I might break that out from the rest of this text and just like maybe stylize it a little bit, make it a bulleted list, or maybe put a map on here and list all these cities next to the map. Something to just call out that's your service area and make it really, here you go. Perfect. You've already done it, man. You've already done it. You could add a map to this section. I love the skyline picture. Using local pictures, by the way, is a huge level up. A lot of people use stock photos. I don't think I've seen any stock photos on your site so far. So nice work on that. Anybody who's watching this video, if you're using stock photos on your website, get rid of them. Go take your own pictures. Even if it's a picture of the city you live in, put that picture on your website. Because then when people go to your site, they'll see Columbus, Ohio, or Milwaukee, Wisconsin, or San Diego, California, right? They'll see that picture and go, okay, this company's local, right? It'll just click for them. Even better, take your company branded vehicle, your van, your truck, whatever, with a wrap on it, go park it somewhere in the city that's really prominent, that if people saw your vehicle parked there, they would go, oh yeah, this guy's in Milwaukee, this guy's in Alexandria, this guy's in San Antonio, right? Go park your van somewhere and take some good pictures. Overall, I think your site looks pretty good. I see you got some blog posts here. Those are great from an SEO perspective. You could blog if you want to. Overall, I think your site just needs a little bit more help with the calls to action. You've got buttons pretty much throughout the site, but make them super useful. There's a few places where your images are cut off, where I don't know if it's just like the image is too big for the space or what, but I would work on that. I like this gallery right here. I know you got some of your videos in here. You have a ton of good YouTube videos. Put YouTube videos throughout your site, because people definitely are they're probably going to watch a video more likely they're going to read all this text, right? These days anyways. So make use of those YouTube videos because they look good. Picture's a little fuzzy here. It looks like just in a couple spots, you've got photos that are maybe the wrong size for that spot on your page. The other thing you can do, and this list of services is really long, maybe take these service tiles and make them smaller and stack them side by side. So you have like 2 services side by side, 3 services side by side, and then you have a little grid of the services you offer. That way you don't have to scroll for so long on the page. I don't mind a long page as long as it's useful. And I think these service tiles could probably be cut down just a little bit. Take all this information that you have in here on each one of these service tiles and go build a separate page for each of these services. Put this information on that page, right? And on the home page, just make a tile that links to that new service page. So make a hardwood floor wax removal page. This tile right here should pretty much just say that. Maybe it could say, we expertly remove wax from your hardwood floors in San Antonio, Texas. Learn more. And then when they click more, take all this info and put it on the page about hardwood floor wax removal. All right. I think that's about all I got for you in this video. If you have any questions, leave them in the comments. I hope this was helpful. If anybody needs help with a website, by the way, we build websites for cleaners all the time at Book Cleaning Jobs. So reach out to us. We'd be happy to build yours. I'm Ruben with Book Cleaning Jobs, and I'll talk with you later.